Dear students, today we are going to study about trigonometric equations. What was the requirement of this chapter? Why we study trigonometric equations? See, all trigonometric functions are periodic functions. Sin x, cos x, tan x, sec x, cosec x, cot x. All these 6 functions are periodic functions. Periodic functions mean they repeat their values after a fixed interval. That is called their period. So, when we say that the value of sin x is equal to half, what is the value of x? Now, if somebody says x is equal to 30 degrees, he is correct. Somebody else says it is 150 degree, he is also correct. Another person says 390 degree, he is also correct. So, there are infinite number of angles for which the value of sin x is 1 by 2. Similarly for cos x, tan x, sec x, cosec x, cot x. So, how do we remember all those infinite number of angles for which the value of sin x is 1 by 2 or some other trigonometric function? So, for that general result, general formula, we study the chapter trigonometric equations. First of all, we derive the result for sin x. Suppose we take the result sin x is equal to sin alpha, and we have to define what is the general value of x for which this result holds. Now, we define two general results. Sin x is equal to 0. The general result of this is x is equal to n pi, and cos x is equal to 0. The general result is x is equal to odd multiple of pi by 2. N belongs to integers. These are derived on the basis of their graphs. Graph of sin x and graph of cos x. We can easily define this. The graph of sin x like this. It always intersects x-axis at integral multiple of pi, and the graph of cos x, it always intersects x-axis at odd multiples of pi by 2. So these are general results which we will be using. Now, taking sin x is equal to sin alpha. So sin x minus sin alpha is equal to 0. Using sin c minus sin d, we get 2 cos c plus d by 2 into sin c minus d by 2 is equal to 0. So either this 0 or this 0. So cos x plus alpha by 2 is equal to 0. This results x plus alpha by 2 is equal to odd multiple of pi by 2. So x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi minus alpha. Considering sin x minus alpha by 2 is equal to 0, we get x minus alpha by 2 is equal to n pi. So x is equal to 2n pi plus alpha. This is your second result. Now combining equation 1 and 2, we get the general solution as x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to the power n into alpha. Alpha is this angle. And here n belongs to integers. So this is the general solution for sin x is equal to sin alpha. Whenever we are provided with the equation sin x is equal to sin alpha, we can write the general solution of x as this. Got? Now, considering some other function cos x. Cos x is equal to cos alpha. Cos x is equal to cos alpha. Again applying cos c minus cos d, we get 2 sin c plus d by 2, that is x plus alpha by 2 into sine c minus d by 2 x minus alpha by 2 is equal to 0 with a negative sign. Now again either this 0 or this 0. So putting sine x plus alpha by 2 is equal to 0. We get x plus alpha by 2 is equal to n pi. X is equal to 2n pi minus alpha, first equation, and putting sine x minus alpha by 2 is equal to 0. We get x minus alpha by 2 is equal to n pi. X is equal to 2n pi plus alpha. This is second equation. So from equation 1 and 2 we can say x is equal to 2n pi plus minus alpha. This is the general solution for cos x is equal to cos alpha where n belongs to integers. Got it? Similarly, we can define the result for tan x is equal to tan alpha. Tan x is equal to tan alpha. Changing them in sine and cosines. Sin x by cos x is equal to sin alpha by cos alpha. Considering the domain that cos x is not equal to 0 and cos alpha is not equal to 0. Cross multiply them. Sin x cos alpha minus cos x sin alpha is equal to 0. So this is sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. That means sin a minus b. So sin x minus alpha is equal to 0. So x minus alpha is equal to n pi. X is equal to n pi plus alpha where n belongs to integers. So these are the three results which we have derived, and these are also two standard results which we use during our solution of problems. Rest of the results we will derive in our next class. So study them and use them in your problems. Okay. In next class we will meet and discuss some other concept. Thank you.